It's very difficult to explain to anybody exactly what it is like out there. You know, every single day my staff are putting their lives on the line to protect animals. We all have to do our part. It's not just about Africa. It's not just about me as a reserve chief executive officer or my staff that put their lives in the line. It's about the future. If we don't protect our environment at all levels, not just rhino, at all levels, it's not going to be there.
I think all traditional measures in solving this big problem of poaching didn't succeed. There are more deaths than birds, especially to poaching. So if we don't do anything, we have no rhinos in 5 to 10 years.
We don't have that sort of high-tech equipment, we can't afford it. So we keep our rangers placed all around the reserve, so anywhere is accessible. Wildlife Game Reserve is 35,000 hectares. It's situated in the Waterberg mountain range in South Africa, which is about 2 hours from Pretoria, 2.5 hours from Johannesburg. It is a big 5-game reserve, which means we have all the dangerous intrinsic animals that everybody wants to see. So lion, leopard, rhino, buffalo, and elephant, along with all the other species that come with it. Now, the biggest threat for the park at the moment is rhino poaching. Even though it isn't just rhinos that are being poached, you know, a number of different species are pangolins, elephant, lion, but that has not yet affected the private sector too badly. Rhino poaching has and is, and of course as the Kruger National Park and other national parks get better at anti-poaching, it's going to steer poachers more to the private sector. The biggest issue that we're having with anti-poaching is you just have to keep throwing more money at it at this stage. And you know, no business is an endless pit of money. So, you know, we can get more foot soldiers, we can buy more weapons, we can buy more vehicles. Does that solve the problem? It won't. The poachers will just come with more vehicles, more people, more money, and we're sitting back at the same level as where we are now. So we have to take the fight to them. We need to become more advanced than them. Now, they've got big syndicate money behind them these days. It's not poor, impoverished people trying to make a living. These are criminal syndicates making huge amounts of money. So if we cannot compete with the financial aspects, we need to look at other aspects. So that's why we're now looking at things like technology, data science. We're trying to find things that they hopefully do not have access to, which would give us a lead way above them, no matter how much funding they have.
So we have all these students having the knowledge, we're teaching them the knowledge that this park needs. So understanding IoT, understanding data mining, deep learning, artificial intelligence, other statistical procedures, and how to combine that data into meaningful insights. That's typically that we teach our students, and I think this is a great way to show their capabilities.
We're collecting data at all sorts of different levels. So we're collecting data on tracking of vehicles, we're collecting data on people that are access and egress through the reserve, that's from staff to guests to owners, all levels, contractors, the whole lot. We're collecting data outside the reserve. We've managed to get government permission to close off roads, which we then control the access on. So all of that information comes in. We have license recognition plate data that's coming in. And then from further afield within the country, we are now starting to link with South African National Parks, so we'll be getting a lot more data. We're looking at huge amounts. That does not even include all the projects that we're starting.
Their problem is they have a lot of data, but they lack the data scientists to analyze the data and help them solve interesting scientific questions. And what we really want to know in this project that speed and the position of animals can show us whether there are poachers or not. So it's also on the frontier of science what we try to do here. So there are no easy answers, but there is a lot of data, and I think smart brains can help us solve this question.
We're going to have 135 collars implemented on animals of 4 different species for the pilot project, which is being held in a 1,000 hectare area. So it's a relatively small area. We presume that 135 collars will be enough. Now, we've already deployed of that 12 collars. And the data is already starting to come in, but we have to put up enough towers to receive data throughout that area. But once the towers are up and all the collars are on, the amount of data that we're going to get is absolutely unbelievable. And people like ourselves who are management staff who deal with conservation issues, we don't have the ability to look at that, to understand it. We need people who are data scientists to mine through all this data and tell us what they interpret and tell us what they read. And hopefully between them and us, using the data and the management, we can link that together to curb poaching.
The ideal of helping the rhinos is very important, first. Second, this is cool data. Third, it's great science doing this. Fourth, we give a prize. You can go to South Africa. Park is now collecting all this data. They will give it to us so we can see whether it's clean, so we can prepare well, we make the data preparation well, the data wrangling, as you can say. Then if we've got that, we can give all the students that have assigned, that have sent us a mail, and that will be there on the 7th of July. We give them a preparation note, so probably 1 week in advance, so everybody knows, okay, this is the assignment, this is the data, these are the groups. We kick off in the morning, and we have a clear understanding what needs to be done. The problem is clear, the data is clear, now we just have to find the solution on July 7th.
It starts with the young people of today who've got the knowledge, who have the brain power to actually help us solve these problems. Do what you can, use that knowledge that you've got and assist us to at least start making a difference.